Hey guys, welcome back to Dirt Obsession. Today we are taking a look at some of the mods on Brian's fairly new Raptor 700. We have not done anything performance-wise to my Raptor or his yet, mainly because we've got all the performance we could want on the trails right now. I'm not saying we never will, but we're kind of learning how to ride these machines again and everything, so we haven't done anything crazy yet, but we wanted to talk about some of the stuff that we felt was important first. Of course, he's got the case saver on there. Did the Pro Taper bars with the Raptor high bend, right?
Yep.
And then the ODI grips, which are, that's like some of the best $20 you can spend, those ODI.
Very much.
So, of course, Kemimoto hooked us up with some front bumpers and the rear bumper there, and we've got some more parts coming from Kemimoto. 15% discount, promo code WienerBeard.
All one word.
And then the XC Masters Brian went with on the tires, so a lot more grip and a lot of side bite. And he's only been out one time on those, and he likes them. But what we are going to go, I think that's about it, other than the Dirt Fiend fender guards, which just look cool. We got them to go along with the color scheme on the different machines. Gives it a little look and then protects the fenders from boots and stuff. Cuervo Racing stuff, AIS delete, and the replacement nut for the oil cap underneath. So also the Hermosi throttle Brian put on there, and we're going to talk about that in a different video. Today is all about the most recent modification, and that, if you can see it in there, is the Precision Elite Steering Dampener. We're going to talk about why this Precision Elite Dampener is actually one of the first mods we would recommend on a Raptor.
Well, what a lot of people don't know, and I mean, you can look at this brand new Raptor and notice that she has a couple love bruises, literally going down a steep hill. Had a rock come unearthed on me and kick my handlebars sideways, and basically 285 pounds endoed along with the four-wheeler. Somebody take my wheeler for me, please.
Oh.
So I was wanting something to hopefully prevent that from happening again.
And make a little bit more comfortable ride.
And to make it a little more comfortable. When I looked at the different styles, read a lot of reviews, and the Precision I thought was the way to go. So I went with the Elite model.
Alright, so Precision Elite Steering Dampener, there's a couple different settings on there. We're going to kind of go over what hard and soft was, because we didn't really know. There was some instructions out of the box, but we didn't find anything that explained it real well. So we reached out to some friends. Joe from ATV on Demand helped us out, and One Wheel 7. Appreciate the advice from those guys, because this is new territory to us, so we want to kind of show you our experience thus far.
Alright, currently we're at the recommended setting for rough trails, which is 12 sides, 10 center. But what I want to do now is zero it out as if you just put it on and you're going to adjust it yourself. So I want to show you some things that really confuse me, because if you look down into here, and even the way that they tell you, if you go all the way soft to close it out
on the center adjustment,
on the center, and it's one thing I do like. I think everybody's going to be playing with the center more than the sides, so they got it right up front. Now this is closed out, and when I say closed out, it's all the way to what they are showing soft. You'll see what I'm saying here, but if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. But it is zeroed out. When I say zero out, it is 100% closed, where there's no fluid moving. When you adjust that out, it allows fluid in, and that's your different adjustments. But that is closed out all the way soft from what that says.
On the center setting, and the outside settings are still on the factory recommended 12.
12, yeah.
Let's see what it does to the handlebars.
And this is closed out, the softest setting. That is me pushing very hard. Oh, and I just felt something.
Do you feel the breaking point between center and outside?
The sides, a little confusing to me because I would not think that a steering stabilizer could control your slide. But when you have the sides at the recommended 12, the center closed out, it is extremely hard, and then at the very last bit of your turn, it's easy. So I can see where the center, where it transitions over to the side setting. That is awesome. You got to feel this too because it's ridiculous. It goes from so hard to it just.
That is a stiff push of the throttle, and then it just gives way. So, yeah, I'd say probably 75 to 80% of the way through your steering motion, the steering lightens up a lot. So if you're cornering all the way out and really pushing it, there's going to be less resistance. So, and the ATV on Demand videos kind of went into the pressure on the side and how it slides and everything. So we'll link that video because he went a little bit more in depth than we probably will.
That was awesome. They kind of explained a lot of stuff to me right there. But now what the recommendation is for the center is 10. So let's do 10 clicks.
Bumper up to 10. So it's a little counterintuitive for us because when you go all the way soft on the dampener, it's actually stiffening the steering resistance, and we're not sure if that's correct or incorrect, but what we're seeing now is all the way soft on the center position stiffens up the steering, and all the way hard makes the steering effort much lighter. Yep. And we're going to show you that.
Yeah. And now this is on the recommended 10 for the center. Again, one finger.
Much easier.
Much.
Do you still feel that braking point?
No, because they're almost the sides,
identical.
The sides
basically
are at a 12. The center's at a 10. So very little. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that feels like if we jacked mine up without the dampener, that feels very similar to what the push would feel with those slightly heavier tires. So let's do some trail testing. From all the rain, and on these stock tires without the steering dampener, I can't go nearly as fast sliding everywhere as Brian can with a combination of those XC Master and the steering dampener. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference on the slick trails like this. The tires hook, the dampener prevents the slide, and he can really rip through this trail a lot faster than I can right now. So as far as the performance mod, that steering dampener is probably the first thing we would get before any kind of performance increase. Because if you can't ride up to the bike's potential without any mods, then the mods ain't going to help you a whole lot. Trail side update on the dampener.
I started out today, just want to play with it. Recommended settings, 12 on the sides, 10 on the center. I landed up going 14 sides, 8 center, and that was scary. The back end was kind of everywhere. So I took the sides back down to a 12, which is recommended. Left my side or my center at a 9, and I'm telling you, that is my setting. I came through this last trail and it is absolutely perfect. It slides predictably like you want it to, but then it is straight as a gosh tail arrow. I got off the bike, shut it off, and I was like, Captain, you got to take this thing for a spin.
It's night and day. It was unbelievable. I come through there the first time on my Raptor without a dampener. Back end's loose. It's fun. I mean, it was really fun to come through that trail. It's a little slick. It's a little wet out here. Having a blast. And then going through with the dampener on, I could probably go twice as fast. And that's better than any performance mod you're going to do. The fact that you slide around, it has the perfect amount of allowing you to slide and then hooking, and you just feel so fast through the trails. It feels so much faster through the trails. It's unbelievable. The difference is unbelievable when you dial it in.
I would never expect something that clamped onto your steering stem could control the back end like it does.
Yeah.
But right now for me, 12 sides, 8 center is my absolute...
8 or 9? I thought you had 9.
Nah, it's 8, I'm sorry. So
12 sides, 8 center.
12 sides, 8 center.
And these are kind of slick conditions that could change a little bit, and you can adjust them. You know, the GBC XC Masters are definitely helping get more grip than my stock tires, so. The Precision Elite model, of course, has the built-in reservoir, but it also has a wider and more linear adjustment range and larger wear surfaces, which Precision says improves the product longevity. Plus up to 65% better impact dampening than previous models, and the impact dampening is really what Flying Brian was looking for, and that level of investment, you might as well get the product that's going to have the greatest longevity. We learned a lot about the Pro Stabilizer from ATV On Demand's videos, and we expected a lot less bump feedback through the bars. We definitely noticed a huge advantage in bar feedback, but we weren't expecting the handling advantages that we experienced. The handling improvements allowed us to corner more aggressively while holding tight lines, and obviously that comes with a huge advantage in speed, especially when exiting corners. The breadth of adjustability is extremely broad too, so there's more than enough adjustment potential for any type of riding and everyone's personal preference. It really didn't take long for Brian to dial it in exactly the way he wanted it.
Precision Stabilizer, if I ever buy another wheeler, after I buy Case Saver, the first thing I will buy, Precision Stabilizer. It is night and day difference. I feel more comfortable. There is no way to describe how much different the quad is. It is absolutely amazing. That is one time that I've spent money on something that I was like, good job.